Hey friends, have you ever wondered? If we keep digging deep into the earth without stopping, how far down could we actually go? If we were able to dig deeper than the height of Mount Everest above sea level, what would we really find hidden below? Scientists have already managed to reach Mars, which is about 550 million kilometers away. But then, why do we struggle so much to dig a hole just 12,742 kilometers deep, which is the distance from the Earth's surface to its very center? So far, the deepest man-made excavation is only 12.2 kilometers, or 7.6 miles. That's just 0.2% of the distance to the Earth's core. Why have we had to stop every time before going deeper? What lies inside this Earth that even the most powerful drilling machines cannot withstand? Today, in this science fiction journey from Odbhut Dosh, we will descend step by step into that unknown darkness, where terrifying mysteries still remain hidden. Friends, let us now begin our slow descent from the surface of the Earth. The outermost layer, where we live, is home to nearly 80% of all living creatures on the planet. Go just 1 or 2 feet below, and you will discover burrows of mice and insects. At 6 feet deep, you reach the level where humans are traditionally buried. Just a little further, around 13 feet, lies history itself, such as the tomb of Egypt's king Tutankhamun, who was buried nearly 3,000 years ago with priceless treasures. Ancient Egyptian kings were often buried around 10 feet deep. Metal detectors, in comparison, can sense metallic objects buried up to 20 feet underground. At 23 feet lies another secret from history: the tunnels of the Vietnam War. These underground passages, used by Vietnamese soldiers, allowed communication and surprise attacks against American forces. They were a brilliant and extraordinary wartime tactic. Going even deeper, at 65 feet below, lies the Catacombs of Paris, also known as the mass graves. In these dark underground chambers rest the bones of nearly 6 million people. Each chamber was built to hold around 1,500 bodies. This strange and haunting underground cemetery came to exist during the terrifying epidemics of the 1700s and 1800s, when Paris ran out of space for burials. Since then, millions of skeletons have been stored in these secret catacombs. At around 180 feet down, we find an amazing innovation: China's underground urban farm, where crops are grown below the surface using artificial light. At 328 feet, nuclear waste is stored safely, far from humans and nature. At 343 feet lies the world's deepest metro station, found in Kyiv, Ukraine. Human history and innovation are engraved in every layer of the ground we descend through. At 400 feet, the deepest tree roots on Earth can be found, belonging to the mighty African fig tree, also called ficus. Its roots penetrate astonishing depths into the soil. Further down, at 720 feet, is the world's deepest river, the Congo, flowing through Africa. Its depth continues to amaze scientists. At 950 feet lies the Seikan Tunnel in Japan, a railway tunnel passing beneath the sea. A true marvel of engineering. At 1,000 feet and more, nuclear missile silos are hidden. Built to survive surface blasts, they are designed with terrifying precision. Yet, if a nuclear bomb detonated there, the destruction would still be unimaginable. At 1,403 feet below sea level lies the Dead Sea, the lowest point of land on Earth. Even the tallest skyscraper would appear small when compared with this depth. At 2,300 feet lies Chile's San Jose mine, where 30 miners were once trapped underground for 69 days. The mine's main chamber is about 3,180 feet deep. This mine is also called the 20-gram copper mine. Much deeper still, at over 7,215 feet, is the Krubera Cave, also known as Vornya Cave, in Georgia. It is the deepest natural cave ever explored by humans. Then comes the Kolar gold mine in India's Karnataka state, reaching a depth of 10,500 feet. Gold extraction here is extremely slow and difficult. At 12,000 feet, scientists discovered an astonishing creature, the devil worm. This rare organism is able to survive under extreme heat and pressure, even at such terrifying depths. Even deeper, at 13,135 feet, lies the Mponeng gold mine in South Africa, the deepest mine in the world. producing massive amounts of gold. Inside this mine, temperatures reach more than 66 degrees Celsius, making it one of the most dangerous places for miners to work. Imagine, falling from the top of this mine to the bottom would take 30 seconds. By the time you hit the ground, your body would be completely destroyed. At 29,031 feet is the height of Mount Everest, Earth's tallest mountain. But even deeper, at 35,876 feet, is the Challenger Deep, the deepest point in the ocean. In 1951, a British research vessel recorded this mind-boggling depth of 10,863 meters. If Mount Everest were inverted and dropped inside this deep trench, it would still be 2 kilometers short of reaching the bottom. But human curiosity didn't stop at the oceans. Scientists drilled into the Earth itself, creating the world's deepest hole, the Kola Superdeep Borehole. This hole reached a depth of 40,230 feet, more than 12 kilometers deep, but its diameter was only 23 centimeters. The project began in Russia in 1977 with the dream of reaching Earth's center. After 9 years of drilling, they encountered a layer at 200 degrees Celsius. The extreme heat forced them to stop. The machines could not survive those conditions. To this day, the Kola borehole remains the deepest point humans have ever dug, and yet it didn't even scratch the Earth's mantle. But scientists didn't give up. Even without reaching the core, they've developed theories about what lies inside. The Earth is made up of several layers: the crust, the mantle, and the core. The core itself has 2 layers, the outer core and the inner core. The crust is the outermost layer, ranging from 5 to 70 kilometers in thickness. This is the world we live in. Beneath it lies the mantle, extending 2,900 kilometers deep. It is the thickest layer of the Earth, mostly made of iron and nickel. The mantle is further divided into the outer mantle and the inner mantle. The outer mantle, closer to the surface, contains molten and semi-liquid materials with temperatures between 1,000 and 3,000 degrees Celsius. The inner mantle, however, is even hotter, reaching 5,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius. Strangely, despite being hotter than the surface of the sun, it remains solid because of the enormous pressure above it. Deep below, the inner core plays a vital role in creating Earth's magnetic field. This magnetic shield protects us from the sun's dangerous solar flares and radiation. Without it, life on Earth would not survive. According to scientists, when molten metals rise from these deep layers, they eventually form precious elements like gold, silver, copper, and nickel, which humans mine today. It's fascinating to realize that all of this happens in places we cannot even reach. So far, we've dug only about 12 kilometers deep, but the Earth's core is still far beyond our touch. Yet, the power of that invisible core shields us from destruction and provides us with valuable resources. If we were to dig a giant hole straight from India, it would come out in the Pacific Ocean, near Chile. The distance would be around 12,000 kilometers, a true journey through the heart of our planet. The depths of the Earth still hide countless mysteries. But science is advancing every day. Perhaps one day, we will discover truths that completely change how we understand our world. To get more such unknown information, like the video and subscribe to the channel.